Boys, I'm gonna be real with you. We are probably looking at one of the best Duel Links boxes to ever release. So if you're watching this video just saying, should I invest in this box? Yes, close the video and just fucking invest, bro, because it is a crazy box, and I will be going over the reasons why. We're not going to read every single card in the box, but we're going to read over most of the UR to SRs and a couple of the Rs, probably none of the normals. But before we do, boys, we got to talk about this. I have not seen so much speculation in my Discord over anything else in Duel Links besides for this whole what the fuck is a box chip. Now, I don't want to go too crazy with the theory crafting until we get more official information on this, because we really don't know what is going on. All we know is that whatever this bundle, this limited bundle is, will come with box chips, and there you can keep 100 of them, and they're kind of, I guess they're like skill chips. Some people think this is going to be super pay to win because it's, limited time only. You have to purchase it. I think the limited time thing only is saying this a bundle is limited time only, and there's a new system called skill chips that will be introduced. And I personally believe that these will either be like farmable through events, you can buy them with real money when there's limited bundles like this, blah, 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 blah. I think it's going to be some sort of new pity type system where if you spend enough money, or you spend enough gems, or you spend, you're grinding events, you can work towards essentially UR dream tickets, because it's the UR color. So I would assume it's UR, but I don't know. We don't know. So we have no idea. I think whatever it is, it'll be a positive. And hey, at the end of the day, it's good. And you guys get like an amazing video where I announce Duel Links free to play forever, or it's shit and you get a new Ryrant video. So hey, win-win for you guys, right? So let's get into it. The new cards, we're starting off strong with Dingirsu, the Orcust of the Evening Star. This guy is generic, boys. Pretty much any deck that can play this in Master Duel plays this card. That's how good this card is. So we're already starting off really strong. 2 levels 8, it's a rank 8 monster. You can special summon him once per turn. You could also XC summon this card by using an Orcust link monster you control as a material. You just have your link and you just overlay over the link, which is why it's so strong in Orcust. Now, I've played a little bit of Orcust in Master Duel, but you guys have to keep in mind, Orcust in Master Duel, at least when I played it, was heavily nerfed. So I've actually never seen the deck without being mixed as an engine. So this will be super interesting to see it in Duel Links. As a material, if a card or cards you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach a material from this card instead. So there you go. You got some field protection available. If this card's special summoned, you can activate one of these effects. Send one card your opponent controls to the graveyard, non-targeting. Just if this is summoned, a card is sent away immediately. So that is very powerful, since your opponent doesn't have a chance to react to whatever you're sending away. It's just the card shows up. Okay, I'm sending a card away. If you want to activate anything, this is your last chance. Or attach one of your banished machine monsters to this card as a material. So very powerful, strong boss monster. Even if Orcust itself doesn't work out, you're going to see this guy. He's going to be the new generic rank 8 that people are going to play, because he is very strong. We've got the Magistus, Madame Vere retrain. the whole Magistus, not the whole, but a couple Magistus cards are coming out. If this card's normal or special, you can activate one of these effects. Add a Magistus spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Return one of your banished level 4 or lower spellcaster monsters to your graveyard. You can banish this card from your grave. Target one Magistus monster you control. Equip it with one Magistus monster from your graveyard, except level 4. You can only use each effect once per turn. I don't have personal experience with this deck, so we're going to be watching tournaments to see if it pops off. Zorosa, the Magistus of Flame. You can target one Magistus monster you control, equip it with one Magistus monster from your extra deck. If this card becomes equipped, you can special summon one level 4 spellcaster in defense position, but its effects are negated. So we're going to have to see what those extra deck monsters are. S-Force. This is another thing that a lot of people were getting hyped over, so we will see what they can do. Each of your opponent's monsters in the same column as this one, as one of your S-Force monsters can only target that monster for attacks. Quick effect: you can banish one S-Force card from your hand, return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon one S-Force monster from your deck in defense position, except this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. This is the other big card that's also limited in Master Duel right now, or at least it was when I played. Galatea, the Orcust Automaton. 2 effect monsters, including an Orcust monster, to make this card. It is a Link 2, so it is extremely easy to make. And once I read the effect, you're going to kind of see where the combos come in with this card. This linked card cannot be destroyed by battle. If it's linked, you can target one of your banished machine monsters, shuffle it into the deck. Then you can set one Orcus spell trap directly from your deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. We are confirmed getting or I guess we already have gotten by the time you guys see this video, the Tower of Babel. So, and it is already limited 1. So there you go. This is how you're going to be searching for your Orcus spell traps. And then after you're done, you just link over with a Dingirsu. Boom. With two any Orcus monsters. This is gonna be an interesting time. We also have some Galaxy Eyes support, with some people thinking Galaxy Eyes might be back. This is what they gave us instead of the Photon Lord. So we got the Soul Flare Dragon, 2 light monsters, including a monster with 2,000 or more attacks, so your Galaxy Eyes monsters. If this card is link summoned, you can target 1 Photon or Galaxy monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can discard 1 Photon card and 1 Galaxy card, or discard 1 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, then target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use each effect once per turn, so you've got some pop during your opponent's turn. Pretty good effect, actually. So we will see if Galaxy Eyes can come back. I guess they'd just be using their regular old skill to put cards into the graveyard, but we'll have to see. We have the Kurikara Divine Carnate. I think this card is actually relatively new to like the physical card game. Cannot be normal summoned sent, must be special summoned from your hand by attributing all face-up monsters in the field that activated their effects this turn in your opponent's monster zone. Gains 1,500 attack for each monster attributed to special summon this card during your end phase. You can target 1 monster your opponent's graveyard, special summon to your field. You can only use this effect once per turn. That's a crazy effect. We'll have to see. Using it as a little bit of a hand trap. Oh, you used your monster effect? Okay, I attribute all your cards. So, interesting. S-Force, Brigade Head, I'm pretty sure is what that is. When this card's activated, you can add 1 S-Force monster from your deck to your hand. When opponent's monster declares an attack on your S-Force monster in the same column, you can activate this effect. That monster you control cannot be destroyed by that battle. You can only use this effect once per turn. You can only activate 1 S-Force Bridgehead once per turn. Compulse is coming out in this box, as many people predicted. So there you go. The first powerful Limit 3, kind of trendsetter Limit 3 between Compulse, IDP, and Crackdown. Compulse is the first to come out. Even though those 3, it kind of shifts which one is better in the moment, depending on meta. A lot of people playing Crackdown right now. Just having access to Compulse is going to be a huge boon to free-to-play players. So to all free-to-play players that couldn't play competitive for a year, hey, welcome back to the meta. Glad to have you guys. Come sign up for tournaments, huh? We got Chronomaly, new rank 5 Chronomaly, generic rank 5. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1 face-up monster in the field and 1 Xyz monster or Chronomaly monster in your graveyard. That monster in the field gains half the attack of that monster in the grave. Then attach that monster from the graveyard to this card as material. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can detach 2 material and negate that activation. It's actually a pretty strong monster. I don't know if Chronomaly is going to make a comeback, but this is a generic rank 5, so anyone can play this this card. So any Xyz monster or Chronomaly, that's the only thing. It's like you'd have to have another Xyz monster in the graveyard to make it work. Very interesting. We'll keep our eye on that. We are getting Utopia the Lightning, which is a very popular card from the Zexal world. Three level 5 light monsters, but as anyone knows with the Utopia archetype, there are other ways to summon it. You can also XC summon this card by using a rank 4 Utopia monster you control as a material. Transfer the materials. Cannot be used as a material for an XC summon. If this card battles, your opponent cannot activate effects, cards or effects until the end of the damage step. Once per chain during damage calc, if this card battles an opponent's monster, while this card has a Utopia XC's monster material, quick effect, you can detach two materials. This card's attack becomes 5,000 during that damage calculation only. I love the Utopia cards, and I especially love Utopia the Lightning. He can get you out of some seriously tough situations. You would just have to give up a spot for Utopia. Two level 4 monsters, boom, you got this guy on the board. He's very hard to out, and a very good kind of boss monster. Probably, if any deck is still playing like Excalibur or anything, will replace something like that. Long Gear Sue. This is the card that you're supposed to play if you're not playing this as an engine, so I don't really know what he does. 2+ effect monsters, including an Orcust monster. This is a link 3, so you need at least 3 links. This link card cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can target 2 of your banished machine monsters, shuffle them into the deck. Then you can send 1 linked monster your opponent controls to the graveyard. Non-targeting, that's pretty good. You can only use this effect once per turn. That's really strong. So, anything like, the Salamangreats trying to protect themselves or anything, ooh, not going to happen, unfortunately for you, sir. Next up, we have S-Force Justify Cyberse Monster. 3 effect monsters, including an S-Force monster. It's the Link 3. You cannot summon set monsters to zones this card points to, and it's pointing, it's got a little bit of a triple point up top, so that is super interesting. You could target 1 face-up effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. That's a quick effect. Wow. Then you can move that opponent's monster to their monster zone this card points to. You can only use this effect once per turn. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks, you banish all monster this card points to. That is a pretty strong boss monster. Maybe there is something to S-Force after all. That is a competent boss monster. That's a lot of really good effects. I am super interested. I'm going to have to check this out. Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden. 1 level 4 or lower spellcaster. This is a link 4. This is how people be summoning Mechaba in Master Duel. So is this a warning that Mechaba is coming? God, I hope not. Anyway, if another Magistus monster is normal special, while you control this monster, you can target one of those monsters, equip that card you control to it. While this card's equipped, you can add 1 Magistus monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Crusadia Power, target 1 Crusadia. That Crusadia monster is unaffected by card effects. It's a quick play card. I don't think Crusadia is coming in tough with this. Sorry, Crusadia. Galaxy Trance. This is the other card people got excited over. Pay 2,000 life points. Target 1 photon monster in your graveyard. Special summon both it and 1 galaxy monster from your deck with the same level, both in defense. And if you do, each monster's attack becomes 2,000. Their effects are negated. You can only activate 1 Galaxy Trance per turn. You cannot normal or special summon monsters during the turn you activate this card, except photon and galaxy monsters. Free XC summons. Holy crap. If you open this card, you pretty much have whatever combo, whatever inboard you're looking for. So maybe Galaxy Eyes is back. I don't know. Automato pickup. That's right. We got some Automato support. When this card's activated, you can add 1 automat card from your deck to your hand, except Automato pickup. You can target 1 Zubaba, Gaga, Go Go Go, or Do monster you control. All monsters you currently control become that monster's level until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. You can only activate 1 Automato pickup per turn. Boost the consistency of Automat. They did also get buffs earlier this year. Is it enough to make them meta? Probably not, but we'll keep our eye on it for now. A quick play, Rebellion. During either player's battle phase, target 1 monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end of the battle phase. Also, other monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn. You can only activate 1 Rebellion per turn. A little bit of a mini Econ take effect there, but without, Econ tributing. Interesting. Probably not going to see that be played unless it's like a free-to-play player going into the box. Security Dragon officially coming out from selection on here as well. Magistus Spell Spirit. Here's some of the rares, fusion monsters that we have here. With Magistus Spellcaster, when this card is an equip, the equipped monster gains 1,000 attack defense. During the main phase quick effect, you can target one other face-up monster in the field. Equip this card you control to it. If this card is equipped to an opponent's monster by its effect, take control of the equipped monster. Also it cannot, or you cannot use this effect once per turn. So there you go. We have Ram, the Magistus Divinity Dragon. It's actually a synchro. While it's a equipped card, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by your opponent's spell traps. You can only use this effect once per turn. If the synchro summoned card is destroyed, you can destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls. At the start of the damage step, if the monster it's equipped to battles a monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster. We have Orcust Nightmare coming out. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a link monster. You can banish this card from your grave. Target one face-up monster in the field. You cannot special summon monsters except dark monsters for the rest of the turn. Also send one dark machine monster from your deck to the grave except Orcust Nightmare. And if you do, the targeted monster gains attack equal to the level of the monster in the graveyard times 100 until the end of this turn. Orcus have a lot of really good cards. When you send them to the grave, you can activate their effect, and they're all quick play effects under the field spell, so sending to the grave is not a downside at all. It's a huge benefit. S-Force Platina. Each of your opponent's monsters in the same column lose 600. Your opponent's monsters, if this card's normal or special, you can target one of your banished S monsters, special summon it. So you get a little bit of maybe some XCs or synchro plays there. S-Force Gravitino. During each of your opponent's monsters in the same column as this one, as your S-Force monster is banished when it leaves the field. If this card's normal summon, you can add one S-Force card from your deck to your hand. There you go. Pretty good. Well, actually, I don't know. It's level 5, so maybe not. Crowley, Magistus of Grimoires. You can send one spellcaster from your hand or face up in the field to the grave. Special summon this card from your hand. You can only declare one attribute, or you can declare one attribute. This card becomes that attribute until the end of this turn. Mini Alistair here. S-Force Edge Razor. During your opponent's monster in the same column as your S-Force monsters, cannot be used material for link monsters of link 3 or higher monster. If this card special summon or normal or special, you can special summon one Force Razor monster from your hand to your hand in attack position. Just seems to be kind of like the grunt monsters here for S-Force and the rares. Enderman, the Magistus of Mastery. You can target one Magistus card you control, equip it, and if you do, draw one card. The Glass Goddess. Well, it's a equip card. The equipped monster can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Once per turn, you can attach material, then target one level 4 or higher spellcaster in your grave, add it to your hand. While this card's equipped, you can target one Magistus card in your spell trap zone, and one spell trap your opponent controls, destroy them. We have a new Chronomaly card. Don't care too much about that. Another ranked Chronomaly card once per turn. When this card is targeted to attack, you can detach a material. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. Your opponent takes any battle damage that you would have taken instead. Quick play, Magistus Theurgy. Target a Magistus card you control, equip it with one Magistus monster, except level 4 from your extra deck graveyard face up. And if you have at least one Fusion Extra XC's Link monster in your grave, you can equip it with a non-Magistus fusion. Interesting. Invocation. Fusion. Summon one Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, including a Spellcaster monster. If summoning a Magistus Fusion monster this way, you can also use monsters in your spell trap zone, so your equips. So a little bit way to bring out your fusion monsters, although I think you're going to be using them more for equips anyway. Magistus Vertra. Target one level 4 or lower Magistus monster in your grave, special summon it. If a Magistus card in your spell trap would be destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can banish cards from your graveyard instead. You can only use this effect once per turn. Utopia Buster, equipped to an Utopia monster, and S-Force Chase. Target face-up monster your opponent controls. Up to the number of S-Force monsters you control with different names, return them to the hand. If an S-Force monster you control will be banished, you can banish this card from your grave instead. So there you go, all of the URSRs and some of the rares. We've got some new event cards. None of them look too crazy. And then we've got some new Cosmo cards and Antique Kaiju War Machine, as well as the Vic Viper, which we think, or at least Random Blocks thinks, this is all from the DLM website. Huge shout outs to them. Will be the Quinton level up rewards. Terraforming, we're getting it at limit 1, so that's super awesome because now any field spell that you have in the game, you have another copy of it, basically. And then the skill chips, and then there's Quentin's skills were revealed as well. We'll probably do a separate video on that because this video has already kind of gone on super long. If there's anything in there that might be super meta relevant. So, boys, my overall thoughts. We've already run super long on this video. It's a really good fucking box. All right. I don't see a universe where Orcust is not meta relevant, but even if Orcust is not meta relevant, the amount of generic cards you're getting out of this box makes it worth on its own. Getting the Compulse, getting the Dingirsu, all these cards totally worth it. Utopia, blah 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 blah. Galaxy Eyes might potentially be back with this fucking spell card, and this the Link Monster is good, but like not super super amazing. This spell card is insane to get Galaxy kind of going. And then I actually think there might be something here with S Force. I might be crazy. I'm not sure, but S Force has me thinking a little bit. So if you were on the fence about the box, yeah, you should definitely go get it. I don't even think you need to wait for tournament results, but if you are cautious, if you are smart, you wait for tournament results anyway. There is going to be a bunch of tournaments every day, bunch of high prize pool tournaments. The 1 week after this box is released, we'll have a $500 tournament, and it's all going to be free to enter. Check out the description, get the Discord, join in. It's a lot of fun, and I'll see you on the live stream when the new box comes out. Peace out, boys.